Alright guys, what's up? I'm here to do High School DD episode 21 review. Okay, so there has been a lot of hype and talk about this current episode, mostly because we get to see the first appearance in the series of Jasper, who is Rias's bishop. There's a lot of talk of people saying, "Oh man, he's a guy." No, he's a girl. He's a guy. He's a girl. I already knew the answers to this because I read the light novel and I already knew that Jasper was a boy who cross-dresses. But a lot of people who just got into the series or who were into the series but never read the light novel didn't know. So I just tried to keep my mouth shut, but I revealed it in my last review that Jasper was a boy. And so now in this episode, Rias releases the seal that she put into where Jasper was at. He was in a classroom. Well, not a classroom, but he was just in a room where he kept to himself because he's a hikikomori, or he's shut in. He's antisocial. He doesn't like. I can't really describe it. He just doesn't like being around too many people unless they're close. Unless they're people that are close to him. So Rias also says that the seal deactivates every time at midnight so that Jasper can go around, but he never came out, so that's something weird. And Jasper is also half human and half vampire. So anyway, Rias releases the seal. They go into the room, but Jasper is afraid, and he's telling them that he doesn't want to get out of the room. Rias and Akeno is trying to convince him, but he doesn't listen. So Issei comes in to grab him, and his ability kicks in, and he appears in the corner of the room in an instant, in the blink of an eye. And so with that, we get revealed that he actually has a sacred gear that's called Forbidden Baylor View, and it has the ability to stop time. But since Jasper is in a very fragile and frail condition, he doesn't have control over his sacred gear. His sacred gear kicks in whenever he gets afraid. So with that, when Issei tried to grab him, Jasper got scared and his ability kicked in unconsciously. So Jasper has no control over his sacred gear at all. It kicks in whenever Jasper's emotions get out of control, which is the reason why Sir Zex ordered Jasper to be locked up until either Jasper knew how to control his ability or when Rias was strong enough to control his ability. And Sir Zex came up with that conclusion last night that with Rias being stronger and her getting more people under her peerage, he said that it was alright for Rias to release Jasper. So Rias had to go to a meeting with Sir Zex. I'm not sure what the meeting was really about, but her, Akeno, and Kiba left, and everybody else decided to do some training with Jasper. Well, I don't really think you can call this training, but either way, Zenobia comes in and she starts chasing Jasper with Durandal, and she's having fun with it too. She's having fun with it. I can't understand. So we even see a side of Koneko that we haven't seen before, and she's chasing Jasper around with garlic, since garlic is a vampire's weakness. Even though Jasper is half vampire, he still doesn't like garlic, so it has an effect on Jasper somewhat, which could play a key role into the fights that the Gremries are going to get in later on. So we get an unexpected arrival too. We get Saji, who comes in after hearing that Jasper was released, and Azazel shows up. Now I gotta say, I love Azazel. I love his character. When I read the light novels, I liked his character a lot, but I couldn't say I loved his character a lot because I couldn't really see his face Even though he had a lot of dialogue in the light novels, it's just that the fact that I couldn't see his face or hear his voice on a regular basis was something that I didn't like. But with the anime, after seeing his face so many times and hearing his voice, I love his character now. So with that, Azazel just shows up unexpectedly. Everybody's on guard because, I mean, he's the governor of the fallen angels. Nobody was expecting him to show up. And so Azazel says that he was looking for Kiba because it seems that he took an interest in Kiba's holy demonic sword. But Kiba went with Rias and Akeno, so he's not there. And so Azazel just starts giving out information. He's like, yo, you vampire. The forbidden Baylor view is something that could really be a problem if the host lacks the capabilities. In which case Jasper lacks, because his emotions just isn't there yet to control it. And he also gives out information on Saji's forbidden pulse thingy. He says that it's the sacred gear of the evil black dragon Fritra, and that you could actually scatter your opponent's powers. In which case he said that it would be an official way. He said that I'm sorry about that. He said that it could be an efficient way to actually train Jasper. And by scattering its powers, it won't get out of control. And so with that, Issei asked Azazel why Azazel didn't reveal his identity sooner. Azazel just says, that's the way I do things, and he walks off. So with that, they try to do some training, and with training, they I don't really know if the training that they do is specifically designed to help Jasper control his sacred gear. And so with Saji connecting his line to Jasper and scattering its power so that it wouldn't get out of control, they start throwing volleyballs at him, and the target is for Jasper to stop the volleyball, but it's not really working so well. So after that training is over with, Jasper's back in his room and he's crying, and they had to call Rias back because, well, their training essentially failed. I mean, even though they got a lot of information and stuff, the training really just failed. So they had to call Rias back. Rias is apologizing and she's feeling sad and she's calling herself a failure of her king. So Issei, he's just saying, you know what? Bujo, go back to your meeting. I can handle this. And with that, Rias, she leaves. And Issei starts having a little one-on-one with Jasper, saying how he's afraid of his sacred gear and he's feel like he's turning into something else every time he uses his sacred gear. So, with that, he also starts to reminisce and talk about the rating game with Riser, and how and basically just how he felt when he saw Arias crying, and he's saying that's something that was engraved to his heart, and that he would protect her, Jasper, and anybody else who would try and lay their hands on any of them. Jasper gets out of his room and he's impressed. He's saying, "Wow, you're amazing." And with that, Issei starts describing his goals to Jasper. He starts saying that with my sacred gear powers, I'm going to use it to transfer my power over to Rias's breast. I thought Jasper would flip out and start saying, "Issei, you ecchi, you pervert." But he doesn't. He's just saying that it's amazing because Issei he has so much confidence and courage to actually aim for something like that. So with that, they go into his room, they start talking. Kiba shows up, and they're having a little talk, which I don't want to get into. So after that, Zenobia, Kaneko, and Ashia arrives, and they find it seems like they find a way to how should I put this? It seems that they found a way to help Jasper get some courage, and that's by putting a brown paper bag over his head. It seemed kind of ridiculous at first, but it actually works, and Jasper is actually feeling more confident. So much to the point where he's not even in his box anymore, and he's just walking around, talking, laughing, fine, almost like a normal person. So with that, the last scene in this episode is with Akeno and Issei. They arrive at a shrine which has been protected so that devils wouldn't receive damage whenever they walked in. And we get the appearance of the Archangel Michael. I was waiting for this scene because I mean, this last scene was beautiful. I mean, Michael coming down with his with his 12 golden wings. I mean, man, I couldn't really. Oh, I had to replay that scene at least 5 times because I mean, man, that was a gorgeous scene. So, I don't want to spoil what's going to happen next scene, but I will tell you this: we will get a lot of progression in the relationship between Akeno and Issei. And we're also going to see a growth in Issei's power next episode because he receives a gift from the Archangel Michael that's really going to affect his battle style. I can't say what it is, but I'm just going to say it's pretty awesome. So that pretty much just wraps up my review. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. I will catch you guys next episode. We're winding down. We have about 3 more episodes, 3 more weeks until the season finale. Hopefully season 3 will get greenlit because I love this series. Matter of fact, I'm positive that we're going to get a season 3. So guys, like I said, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm out. See you next week.